Hey book lovers, welcome to my channel. It's Hazy Reads here and I'm going to be talking about When the Moon Hatched. So this is BookTok's biggest Marmite book. People are either loving this book or they're DNFing this book, so they're not finishing this book. I can't wait to delve into this review, talking about the characters, the world building, the tropes, and just everything that makes this book special, and I can't wait to share this with you. I'm going to make this review spoiler free, so don't worry, I got you. Grab your tea, your favourite reading snack, because we're going to go and jump right into this book. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any more on videos like this. Our female main character is called Raeve, and she is a highly skilled assassin, and she works for the rebel group Fleur de Ath. So she's submerged into danger and missions with this rebel group, and it all changes when she gets captured by the Guild of Nobles. So she has her trial, she gets sentenced to death by dragons in the Colosseum. In Rave's darkest moments at the start of the book, in steps Kaan Vega. He is king of the Burn, and there's a twist that turns everything upside down. So Kaan intervenes, saves Raeve from being eaten by dragons, and takes her to his world. So weaving Raeve to the present day of her story, you read diary entries from someone called Princess Eluin. So she's a young woman that has her own dragon, her own heartbreak, and has a tie and a connection to Kaan. So these entries start drawing a parallel connection between Raeve and Princess Eluin. As the stories unfolds, Rave's memories are a bit of a blur. So she doesn't know who she really is. There's connections to her past. It's written in a really beautiful way that she's pushing those memories away. She's pushing those feelings out. She's not delving into who she really is. And I just think it's worded brilliantly. I've never read a book that has like an amnesia trope. So yeah, it's amazing. So in short, this story is about identity, about power, secrets and love, and whether one can truly escape who they really are. I think it's just so powerful. So we're going to go talk about the characters now. So I want to start with Raeve because she is our female main character. She is so fierce, so badass, I can't even begin to explain. For example, on the very first page, she is a force to be reckoned with. Although she's very fierce, she also comes with a lot of vulnerability, and that's what I really like about her. So when she's pushing down her memories, she's really pushing a part of her and wanting to feel anything about the present time that she's kind of going through. So Eluin's presence in the story starts early on with diary entries, and it tells this really heartbreaking story about her dragons, her family, a prophecy and betrayal, yet it's so full of hope and innocence. The contrast between the diary fragments and Rave's present is just so devastating. And this is not just a case of, oh, secret princess reveal. Completely different. This had so much more depth to that. It's a story about trauma, memory, and what happens when your identity has been stolen and fractured. Every dagger she's thrown, every wall she builds around her heart, it's all defense against a world that has taken everything from her. Watching her slowly rediscover Eluin's truth, it just is agonizing, and it's so beautiful at one time. It's amazing. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Kaan. King Kaan of the Burn. He is up there. He's in my Hall of Fame. Reading all about Kaan, I just was drawn in. Everything about this character I absolutely loved. So when we meet Kaan, he is a shrouded of mystery. He turns up out of nowhere. We don't know who he is until he reveals himself after he saved her. So when he does step in to save her, his motives are really unclear. It's very, when you're reading it, it's like, who's this person and why is he saving her? It was very like, what? And what hooks you is he's not the sort of person that would save someone like Raeve. So that kind of was like, interesting. When we look deeper, we can see that he's tied to Eluin's past, he's haunted by love, and he's conflicted by his duty to the kingdom of the Burn. So his relationship with Raeve is really complicated because she reminds him of what was lost, and yet she's her own person with her own fire. Kaan is not your cookie cutter dark prince trope. He is more to that. Sometimes he makes choices that you literally want to go, what are you doing? So his entire existence has been shaped by his past, his loss, his growth, his betrayal, his tragedy. He's not a perfect man, but that's what makes him so compelling. So the chemistry between him and Raeve is just unmatched. You can feel the chemistry reading on the words. It's like, jumping out of the page, being like, they have a connection. I found that I was constantly yelling at my page saying, you just kiss already, because you read all about her and what she's thinking and feeling and how she's pushing things down, and it's like, just let your feelings happen, let you feel. What makes their connection so special is not just love or attraction, it's recognition. So Kaan sees Raeve for who she truly is, and the way he speaks to her from the very start and calls her Moonbeam. Moonbeam. We'll get into that about moon plumes later, but so Kaan challenges her, frustrates her, and makes her face her truth that she doesn't want to face. And Kaan is just everything. Beautiful. So now I'm going to talk about the world building. When I say this book destroyed my heart, it really did. Reading about the world and the dragons and how it bloop. So Sarah A. Parker has truly built a world that is dangerous, mythic, and heartbreakingly beautiful. Just everything as a whole connected, and I really immersed myself into that world. I thought it was different. I loved the things about the moon and how they fall from the sky, and when you learn a bit more about the gods and who they are and the different gods for different things, which I'll explain now. So in this world, there are 5 creator gods, each tied to an elemental magic. So we've got Kalis, the god of aether. We've got Balder, the god of ground. We've got Rain, the goddess of water. I mean, how fitting is that? Rain. Oh my gosh, cute. We've got Clone, the goddess of air. And we've got Ignos, the god of fire. So they make up the 5 creator gods, and each person can hear a different god. So you can hear multiple gods, or if you can't hear any of the gods, then you are classified as a null. What's really cool is people have earrings, and the different gems or the colours that they wear symbolises the gods that they can hear. That was really cool. I loved that part about it. So together, those 5 gods, they created Erythian. So they shaped not only the land and sea, they also created the dragons, which was one of their greatest creations out of everything. But in this case, balance doesn't last forever. So Kalis, the god of aether, he grew jealous of his siblings. They were admired and loved, and he was ignored. So that jealousy spiraled into a tragedy, and that tragedy defined this whole book and how the world is. So Kalis caused the moons to fall from the sky. So entire moons are plummeting and falling and crashing down onto the land, and they burn everything in its path. It was betrayal at a cosmetic level. Once the gods discovered what Kalis had done, they imprisoned him into a stone, and they called it the Ether Stone. Unfortunately, the damage was already done and the moons were falling. So when the moon hatched, it doesn't just mean a celestial event. It refers to a catastrophe where the moons are being split open and raining chaos, all because of one god's jealousy. Kalis! So dragons aren't just the background creatures of this world. They're central to the history, the mythology, and the survival of people. So when they die, their bodies petrify and they rise to the sky as moons. And it's this cycle, the hatching and the falling of the moons, that ties these dragons to the fate of the world. So there are 3 distinctive breeds of dragons in Erythian. First, we've got the moon plumes. Even the word moon plumes, I can't stop saying it. Moon plumes. It's just lovely on the lips. Moon plume. Moon plume. Moon plume. These dragons thrive in the shade, which is the south of the map, the frozen lightless half of the world. The moon plumes are a gorgeous white shimmery colour, so the sun burns their skin, which is why they can only survive in the shade, which is the coldest part of the land. Because the moon plumes are really dangerous, stealing one of their eggs is a death wish. So now we're going to talk about the saber sifts. So the saber sifts live the opposite side of the shade, so in the burn, which is the north of the map. In the burn, obviously it's completely different climates. The burn, obviously fire, hot, it's the hottest part of the land. Unlike the sleek moon plumes, the saber sifts are massive. They're destructive, they're bulky, they're intimidating, they have jagged tusks like armoured scales. They're just the warriors of the dragons. Very terrifying. If the dragons went to the shade, they drop dead. They just cannot survive in that climate. Same with the moon plumes. They cannot survive in the opposite climate. It's too much for them. So they're warriors through and through, and taming one is just as difficult as taming a moon plume. And finally, we've got the molten moors. These are the most adaptable dragons because they live in the middle of the land. They live in the Fade, which is a twilight zone, which is a twilight band between the shade and the burn. So unlike the other two dragons, this dragon is feathered. They look more kind of like a bird than a dragon, in my opinion. So this dragon can travel between all three different parts of the land with ease. So these dragons are the easiest dragons to tame, charm, and steal from. The dragons are my favourite part. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the romance of this book. My favourite part. So Sarah A. Parker didn't just give us an amazing world and beautiful dragons, she also gave us a gut-wrenching romance between two characters, Raeve and Kaan. Our strong yet broken protagonist, Raeve, is a survivor. She's carrying so much trauma from her past, so many memories that she's pushing down and not living. So this book never shies away from how scarred Raeve is inside and out, and it's just really sad. So Raeve and Kaan's relationship isn't just a side plot. So through him, she learns how to trust again, how to let someone in, and that she deserves to be loved. And I think that was a really nice journey of growth through this character. I loved the forgotten memory part. I loved the kind of slow burn element of it. I loved the nickname he gave her, Moonbeam. Moonbeam, it's just so fitting for the world, it's beautiful. Okay, talking about the tropes. So we've got slow burn romance, a scarred FMC, a morally grey hero, falling first, falling hard, amnesia and forgotten memories, found family, enemies to lovers energy, and dragons, myths and gods. All these tropes are the best. So where do I even begin in wrapping this book up? This book destroyed my heart in the best way possible. So the ending left me shattered. It left me being like, what? Like book 2's not even out until April 2026. I have to wait 8 months from now to see what happens. There's so many questions I have. There's so many theories that I've seen that I need to just mention one. I just am going crazy, and I keep thinking about the characters and what they've been through and just things that they've lost, and I just have really connected with these characters. I think she's written them in such a beautiful and poetic way. Every line and every word that she puts in, or what she's describing, it's just poetry and music to my ears. I really like the writing style, and I'm just confused why so many people didn't finish this book. It was 576 pages of pure perfection. Right, so I'm going to read some theories that I've seen about this book. So one of the most popular ones I've seen is Slatra, so Rave's lost dragon. So some readers believe that Slatra isn't gone forever, and the mysterious other presence, so the other one, is tied to Raeve, could actually be Slatra waiting to resurface. If that's true, then we're looking at some massive emotional revelations in the sequel, especially if Rave's forgotten memories are tied directly to the bond. Stop it. That's so cool. So this book is multiple POVs. So you get POVs from Raeve, you get Vaya, you get Kaan, you get the other one, you get Rek, which you'll find out. I think you get about 5 multiple POVs, which I loved. And also doing research on this book, I found something that Sarah A. Parker has actually answered herself. So someone asked her, can you give our readers a glimpse into what more the Moonfall series have in store? What secrets can you share? And this is what she said. So much more. I barely scratched the surface. Book 1 sets the scene, so to speak. Plot-wise, we're barely past the starting block, but we have all the pieces to build the puzzle now. So much happens in book 2. What? So much character growth, relationship growth, plot advancement and revelations. Buckle up. Sarah A. Parker. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. I need this book now. I need this book now. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this has given you enough reasons to read this book. Let me know if you do.